Hey everyone, it's Eric Lagaikis from Explore the Mouse podcast, and we have a special opportunity for you. We are seeking a Disney-based business to build a brand partnership with. Whether you sell on Etsy, Instagram, Facebook, or your own private website, we want to work with you. The goal is to cross-promote each other's brands on all platforms, including our website, explorethemouse.com, and our weekly podcast, which can be heard on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. If you're interested, please contact us at explorethemouse@gmail.com by February 20th with your business name, type of product, and your target market. We look forward to having a great working relationship with you. Have a great day.
Happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past. And here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Explore the Mouse podcast. A podcast by Disney lovers for Disney lovers. Come join us as we dive into the wonderful world of Disney. Here is your host, Eric Lagaikis.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Explore the Mouse podcast. I'm your host, Eric Lagaikis, alongside my lovely wife, Casey.
Hello, hello.
And we are back for a whole new episode, and this one is celebrating everything Hollywood Studios.
You're all about celebrating this year.
It's a very celebratory year.
I know.
You know? And I think that, because there's a lot of anniversaries this year. And not just small ones, but big ones. You know, Mickey and Minnie's 90th, Hollywood Studios 30th, and then Animal Kingdom has a big, anniversary coming up for The Lion King.
Also, here's a fun fact. Today is January...
I don't even know. January 26th. It's my mom's birthday.
Maybe I'm a day late. Whatever. Either yesterday, today, one of these days. Toontown celebrates its 26th birthday in Disneyland.
Oh,
yeah. Did
not know that.
I know.
I miss Toontown at Walt Disney World.
I know. We talk about that a lot. You didn't get to see it when we were in Disneyland.
No, because it was closed. And I love Toontown. It's just such a cool place. Like going inside Mickey and Minnie's house. And the Toontown in Disneyland is so much more...
Oh, it's so much bigger.
It's so much more bigger than Disney World had.
It's its own park almost.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
anyways,
really cool.
Happy birthday, Toontown.
Yeah, happy birthday,
So there's another
Toontown.
celebration for you.
It is, man. 2019 is just it's already turning out to be a fun year.
And we had Rock the Dots on the 22nd, which is National Polka Dot Day.
Yep. And then yesterday started the special parade over at Disney World or Disneyland, and they finally unveiled Mickey and Minnie's birthday suit.
Yeah. It's just a lot of exciting things going on.
Well, 2009, I think this is just a sign to come that 2019 is going to be a really good year.
Let's
Hopefully.
hope so.
But this episode specifically, we're going to be talking about Hollywood Studios, which is turning 30 this year.
It's crazy.
It's hard to believe that Hollywood Studios is like already 30 years old.
Yeah.
Because I think of Hollywood Studios, and I don't think of a place that is super old, but when you look at 30 years, you're like, wow, that thing's actually been there a long time.
It's seen a lot of changes, and it's grown a lot, but also kept its nostalgic feeling and its charm. Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah, and that's a cool thing. And I love Hollywood Studios. I think Hollywood Studios, to me, is very underrated. And because there's so much to do, there's so much cool stuff to see there. And in comparison to Universal Studios, which has kind of similar backlot things and this and that, I would choose Hollywood Studios any day of the week. I just think they do such a great job with that compared to like Universal Studios backlot stuff, and it's just really cool. I
have to say, you've done a good job of making me appreciate Hollywood Studios, because I feel like I only really remember going once or twice as a kid, and then moving out west, there's not a Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
But I feel like once we started going to the parks together, you kind of showed me like, hey, this park is more than just shows, because in my mind it was like, it's a show park and I'm a rider, so I don't really care much about it. But no, you have shown me, first of all, I've fallen in love with all the shows. They're totally are rides, and there's so much fun and so much just charm and nostalgia in the park. So you've done a good job of making me appreciate the park more than I ever did before.
Well,
and now with Toy Story Land, it's, how could you not go?
I agree.
I mean,
and Galaxy Edge coming.
Yeah.
They have gone from, and we're going to talk about some of our favorite things. And I have a little more experience with Hollywood Studios than Casey does, so I may have seen these things that she hasn't. But I do remember going to Hollywood Studios with the original backlot tours, and the backlot tours were awesome. Have you ever done them?
No.
Okay, so if you guys have ever done it, you know what I'm talking about. But the old backlot tours, kind of similar to how Universal Studios had their backlot tour with Jaws coming out of the water. Kind of same thing. And you would go around, all through these different areas, and they actually had props from the actual movies. And then they would kind of tell you, okay, this is what this is from. This is from. They actually had the spaceship from Flight of the Navigator, which was one of my favorite childhood movies. So that was pretty cool for me to see. And then they actually had the original plane that Walt Disney used to fly around in and fly into Orlando, back to Disneyland,
Wow.
So it was actually really cool. They had all these really cool, neat things. And then they had the one little stage show that they call it. And you've probably seen this on videos before, where the truck kind of slides down the hill and there's an explosion. Yes. Yeah. So they had all that. And it was a really cool experience. But there's time you have to revamp. You have to move forward. And that's kind of what Disney has done and currently what they are doing. Because there was a point in time that Hollywood
stale.
It was very stale, and it was actually boring.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where they closed a lot of things down. And I remember one time we went there, and I'm like, I don't even want to go there.
Well, they were in transition to build. So they had just started construction for Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And they were just about to start Toy Story.
On Toy Story, so they were closing a lot of things down.
Yeah. Because
they closed Streets of America down.
And, yeah. Like, that was also open. It was about to be
They got rid of Osborne's Christmas lights.
Yes. Yeah. So it was a weird transition period. And it did. It felt very stale. And it was just like, ugh, why are we... We actually went for Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, for those two. And then that was pretty much it. We did fill the rest of the day with some shows, which I had never seen. Yes.
Was awesome.
One of my favorites.
Sing along.
It's honestly so good. We'll talk about that in a little. But that was one of the first times that I had time to sit down and do shows. Because before, it was kind of like what we did at our last trip. We ran into the park, we hit the rides we wanted to, and then we ran out of the park.
Yeah.
But no, now I have appreciation for it. But yes, that trip, it was a little stale. I think they've done an excellent job and are continuing to do an excellent job with Galaxy's Edge and everything. Yeah. And with it, there's a new Mickey and Minnie ride. And
yep, we're going to talk about that as well.
There's some things coming in still. So
and there's some stuff
still doing a good job at revamping it.
There's some stuff that came in just after we left recently too. So there was some stuff that we haven't had a chance to see.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go back and see these new experiences. But let's talk about some of the new stuff. Okay. And the last episode, I remember you mentioned Disney Junior Dance Party.
Yeah.
I
saw it.
Yeah. Well, they're actually bringing. Well, the good thing about this though is that it's actually an indoor thing, so it's not like it's a parade that's going to take up, like your walkway.
Yeah.
You literally have to stand in line and go inside the building. But if you have kids, it's going to be a really cool show that's coming somewhere in the fall. There's no tentative date, but fall 2000. Actually, I'm sorry. This opened in 18. I'm sorry. This actually already opened in 18.
Backwards.
Jeez, I'm sorry. I had my notes wrong. But yeah, so this already opened in 18, but it's a Disney dance party that they actually introduce some new characters, which is kind of cool. So it gives a good element. It gives a good element for your kids.
I feel like that's a perfect way to do it, though. Hey, you want to come to this? You can come into this building.
Yeah.
I didn't need it in my walkway.
True. But you think...
Sorry, Musketeers, please don't be mad at me. I still like the floats. They're cool.
But you think about like the rides they have there. There's a lot of rides that kids can't ride. So they're trying to make it like family friendly, as best as they possibly can. And this is a nice opportunity to do so. And another one that I'm extremely excited about is sometime in early 2019. They haven't announced an actual date yet. But they're doing Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy.
I'm so excited. So that's a show.
It's a show.
Because when I first saw it, I thought it was going to be a ride, and I was like, what?
No.
Excited about that. But also very excited to see it as a show, because I think that's going to be really cool. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. So Imagineer Kathy Mangum, she basically said in an interview that this new type of entertainment, it'll be a show unlike anything we've ever got anywhere else. So this is going to be a completely new immersive style show.
Yeah.
So like if you've never, I can't even say, I don't even know what it's supposed to be like. I just know that it's going to have well-known characters from Cars. And they're actually introducing a new character, they said, too. They're supposed to be a brand new character.
He's yellow, isn't he?
I don't know the color. I just know they said that they're going to be... Picture. Yeah, but yeah, Lightning McQueen's going to be there. Cruz Ramirez, Mater, probably some other ones.
I think that's the new guy, Cruz Ramirez. No?
Is he? Well, yeah, I think he was...
Sorry, guys, I'm not familiar with the Cars franchise yet.
Well, we kind of dipped off of the Cars franchise after, I think, Cars 2. I think we really haven't... I haven't paid attention to the movies too much after Cars 2. They kind of got out of hand. But it is going to open in 2019, and I think it's going to be really cool. New simulator, and like, I don't know if you... And they used to have... I don't know if... Have you seen them at Disneyland or California Adventure, where they actually have the cars that come down the road and they talk? Well, I have a feeling that's kind of how this is going to be.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to be the actual cars that kind of just go around and they talk to everyone.
Cars Land in DCA is like unbelievable. So yeah, I'm hoping that they're going to bring a little bit of that.
You have to visit. California Adventure to go see Cars Land. It is
unbelievable.
I remember the first time, and I know this is kind of a trailing off a little bit, but the first time I actually saw Cars Land at Disneyland, I was blown away. Because we came in, I remember from a distance I came in and I was like, what are those mountains in the background? And you were like, oh, that's Cars Land. And I was like, and I remember even saying, I was like, the mountains look like the back of an old 50s Cadillac. Mm-hmm. And you were like, that's what it is. And we got in there and it was just completely immersive. Like you were in the area, like the town.
It's so cool. And so I'm not even a huge Cars fan, but like, they just did such an excellent job. So, yes, I'm excited that they're going to bring a part of that to Hollywood Studios. Yeah, I
think it'd be really cool. Some other things that they're bringing, I want to talk, I'm trying to hold off on Galaxy Edge to the end, but Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Runaway Railway? Runaway. That's just hard to say.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
No, I know. It's just really hard to say. Runaway Railway. Runaway Railway.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But that is coming into the old Great Movie Ride location.
I am so excited about this.
And see, the funny thing is that there's such a mixed reaction on this. There's people that don't want this and they want the Great Movie Ride back. And then there's people that are happy that Disney is moving forward and doing something different. And I get it. I love the Great Movie Ride.
Right.
It's been a while since I rode it. I didn't get a chance to ride it in its last, couple of years of existence, but it hasn't changed. Right. So there wasn't really anything appealing to go back to it. It needed a facelift. It needed an upgrade. It was old news. So I'm glad that they decided to do this. And they're kind of making Mann's Chinese Theater kind of the center point of Hollywood Studios again. And I think it's cool because it truly is the center hub of the park.
Yeah.
You look at a lot of people think Tower of Terror is kind of like that icon, which it is. Mm-hmm. But you look at a lot of the parks. What do you have at Magic Kingdom? Cinderella's Castle. You have Epcot.
I was going to say churros.
Churros. That's the centerpiece. Churros. But then you have the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom.
Right.
So Mann's Chinese Theater is in that center. So that is kind of the centerpiece of Hollywood Studios. So I'm glad that they're kind of bringing some more stuff to that. And Runaway.
The concept seems really cute and I don't know, fresh and fun, but still giving credit to like the old classics, which I think is what Hollywood Studios is.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't like read anything on this or anything, it is supposed to be debuting somewhere around mid 2019. I'm thinking probably somewhere like July, August would be my guess. Maybe sooner if they can get it done, but I'm thinking like July, August possibly. Don't quote me on that. But it is a ride that brings you into the actual cartoons.
It's like,
which is really cool.
They're calling it 2.5D. It's not even 3D.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
take that as you will.
It's 2.5D, and it's all based on Mickey and Minnie shorts that you can find on the Disney Channel, and it's going to have all their different friends and from the concept art I saw, it looks like you're in kind of like a Toontown car.
Yeah,
you know, and that's your vessel to get around in, and I just think it's a really cool addition. And
I think it's great for all ages. I'm excited about it.
I mean, I think that park lacks Disney feel. So I think because you think about it, you have Indiana Jones, you have
like the OG classic feel.
Yeah,
like the OG crew.
Yeah, you don't really have much of that in there unless you go inside Walt's Art of Animation, building. Yeah. So I think this is a nice touch. To actually bring in classic Disney into that park. Yeah. And there's some other classic Disney stuff we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But what about I'm going to save Galaxy Edge for last, but let's talk about the new nighttime spectacular shows they're doing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Have you looked into some of they're doing?
I've just seen concept pictures and like still photographs. I haven't seen any.
Well, they are right now. They're doing like kind of a new projection style show on Mann's Chinese Theater, and that's leading up into May for a whole brand new 30th anniversary projection show on Mann's Chinese Theater. That's going to be basically the art of animation. It's going to be everything throughout the years, basically from like Walt's original drawings all the way through current modern. I saw like Wreck-It Ralph on the concept art. So. I think it's going to be a really cool addition, but currently they're kind of doing some projection shows right now just to kind of get that feel. And one of them they're doing and again, I haven't been there for this yet because this all started after the new year, but I think they're doing like 2 back-to-back shows because on their website, Disney is promoting at 8:10. They're promoting like, I think it's like Wonderful World of Disney or
Wonderful World of Animation.
Wonderful World of that's the one that's starting in May. Yeah.
Disney Movie Magic.
Disney Movie Magic.
Disney Movie Magic is the one.
So they're doing like a Disney Movie Magic, and on the website they show that show starts at 8:10, and then almost right after that at 8:30 they're promoting a Star Wars Galactic Spectacular, which is a complete laser light projection show on Mann's Chinese Theater.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be cool because once again they're making Mann's Chinese Theater the center, because ever since the Sorcerer's hat has been taken away, which thank you Disney, that was the ugliest thing in the world.
It's so funny because most people that you talk to are like, it was an icon, it was the center of the park. Eric is like, no, bye-bye. See you. Bye.
I thought it was an eyesore.
Eric hated it.
I thought it was an eyesore, and
I didn't have an opinion one way or the other. It didn't break my feelings or break my heart that it was gone.
I remember the
picture
first
of it. I'll remember it forever. It's no big deal.
I remember the first time walking into that park and seeing the hat, and I just looked at it and I'm like, what the heck? Like it was just an eyesore. I like walking into the park and looking down the street and seeing Mann's Chinese Theater. I just think it's a cooler look.
I get it.
Than this giant blue hat.
Most people you talk to are like, oh, it was an icon. It was like such a big part of the park, and I can't believe they got rid of it, blah, 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 blah. And then you're over here like,
bye-bye.
Thank you, next. Bye.
I don't think it was needed. I think it was just...
We get it.
Yeah, it was just... It was awful.
That's
Anyways,
fine. I mean, I'm not fighting you on it.
I don't want to.
I'm not like writing a petition to.
I don't want to sit here and talk about that hat. It makes me mad.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so on Mann's Chinese Theater, I feel like they're bringing that as like they're trying to make that a centerpiece.
Also, I love that we're doing projections like that this is now like what direction we're all moving in, and I think this is wonderful. Why not use the facade of this giant building that's right there and make it into this great show?
Yeah, I mean, because if you haven't seen Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom yet, I'm telling you, it is. People think I'm crazy because I say it's better than Wishes. It is. Hey, go back
No,
now.
I know. I don't know where I stand on that.
Go back right now, or not like right now because we're recording.
Okay, bye. Bye. Aaron said I had to leave.
But later on, go to YouTube and type in Wishes, watch the Wishes show, and then go back and watch Happily Ever After and tell me that Happily Ever After is not a major upgrade.
It's okay. We'll save this for a whole other episode because I can't do this right now.
So, but I think the projection the projection just brings a whole new element of not only magic but awesomeness to these shows.
We were just talking last week about in Disneyland, the mixed magic, about how they're using that all of Main Street and everything. And I hope it stays after they reopen the castle. Like I hope they make this a dual thing. So props on them for the projection. I think it's really cool.
I love it. I think it's a great idea, and I'm glad that they're using Mann's Chinese Theater because Fantasmic is the normal show that nighttime show they have. Now, I have been scouring everywhere, and I cannot find any information on if Fantasmic is leaving or not when the new projection show starts. So I don't know if this is taking over Fantasmic, but I also don't see them doing both shows simultaneously. You know, I mean, I don't know. Do you think Disney would do that?
I don't know. It's a really good question.
Because I feel
anybody know? Anybody would want to?
Because I feel like if they're doing like a projection laser show, and then all of a sudden to the right of everybody, you just start seeing fireworks start going off, it's going to distract from the projection show. I don't know. And Disney hasn't said anything about it yet, so this is all speculation, but I don't know. We'll see. And we're going to hopefully go down there very shortly. You know, we're planning a trip once the baby's born, so, you know, even though she's not going to know anything about it, but we're planning a trip down there, so hopefully we can have these answers as quickly as we can for you. But I know we touched base on it last episode, about the Incredibles area.
Yeah.
I did want to do a quick update on it because the Incredibles area I found out is actually only temporary.
Okay.
It's only from January 18th to September 30th.
Oh, okay.
So if you wanted to go see basically that area, it's only there till September 30th, and it's a city block from Minnesota.
So my idea of the drill coming up through the street is going to really get denied on that one.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
Which means that it's inevitable that the Incredibles dance party will return to Tomorrowland. Probably.
Okay. That's right.
I'm assuming.
That's okay.
So, but, you know, I'm curious, though, if they're doing that to September 30th, do they have plans to turn that little city block, like transform it every so often? I think that'd be kind of cool. You know, to kind of have
just continue to be like a seasonal,
every 6 months or something like that.
Seasonal, yeah.
Like every 6 months, it turns into like some sort of like different small mini land.
I don't know. They certainly have the capability to do that. I just don't know.
I think it'd be cool.
This is an episode of Casey saying, "I don't know."
Yeah, there's been a lot of I don't know.
I just said that a lot. I don't know.
You know, it'd be cool. It'd be like if they transformed it into like a little like plaza from Monsters University or something.
Oh, how fun would that be?
That would be really cool. And Mike and Solly are back at Hollywood Studios, so you never know.
You need to put in a call. I don't know. I don't know.
You are contributing so
I'm so helpful today, you guys.
Well, did you so one of the things that they have there, and actually, oh wow, this is our first food item in 24 minutes. They have a Jack Jack's Num Num cookie.
Oh yes.
And this thing is massive.
Yes.
It's baked in like a giant like cupcake. Like like
a little liner.
The liner. It's cooked in like a giant like liner.
And the inside is like ooey gooey chocolate like
It is ridiculous.
Goodness.
It is, and I love chocolate chip cookies. They're one of my favorite things. That and a glass of milk, done.
Yeah.
I'm in. So they have this Jack Jack Nom Nom cookie. So I'm hoping we can get down there and nom nom on some cookies.
You should also order it as the Jack Jack Nom Nom cookie, because I just read one of my favorite Disney World Instagrammers, BRB, going to Disney.
Shout out.
By the way, I've never even spoken to her, so there's no connection, no ad or anything. I just really enjoy following her. But she posted the other day, she was in line and was telling one of her kids that it's called the Jack Jack Nom Nom cookie instead of just like the Jack Jack. And the person behind the counter heard her and told her that she couldn't order it until that they called it by the correct name, which was funny.
Really?
So they were sitting there, and the kid was trying to order the Jack Jack cookie and couldn't get it until he said, "I want the Jack Jack Nom Nom cookie."
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is cute.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. She posted about it. She's there all the time. She posted about it the other day.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
and also really hard to say for a little kid. Jack Jack Num Num. You know?
You don't have to say it that fast.
Oh, well, I like to say.
Tongue twister, like Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. Dang it.
And let me tell you, if you guys, and this is not new, this has been here for a while, but if you guys haven't ever seen the Beauty and the Beast live stage show,
oh yeah,
please do.
I was like, what?
It is amazing. I just jumped all over the place. It is amazing.
We really did just jump. I mean, all the stage shows are really good in Hollywood studios.
But the Beauty and the Beast one, it is.
What was that full body roll you just
It is
did?
it is a really good show.
That was really weird. That you just think your whole full body. He just really loves that show, you guys. It
is. I think it is a really fun show. And I remember the first time we saw it, we were waiting for, I think our fast passes for Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
And we just randomly looked over and saw there was a show in like 2 minutes. So we were like, well, let's go watch it.
Isn't that the best?
And it was just really cool. And, it was the first time I saw it. And, it's actually one of my new favorite things now to go see when we're there is the Beauty and the Beast live show.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I was waiting for an I don't know there.
I was just about to say, do you want me to say I don't know and bring everybody back to the fact that I don't know?
Let's talk about Toy Story.
Oh, okay. I was going to talk about the Frozen show.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
since we're on the topic of let's
go to Frozen.
Shows,
No, yeah, let's go to Frozen because I love the Frozen show.
Frozen sing along is
amazing.
Amazing. Again, it was one of those yeah, let's just go see it. Why not? We'll kill some time. No big deal. And, I love when you walk past and it's like, oh, there's one starting in 5 minutes. I don't have to wait 15, 20 minutes. I didn't have to get a fast pass. Cool. I seriously love that show. It's so good.
Oh, it's a great show.
It's like, what, 20, 25 minutes? 25, 30 minutes?
Yeah, I would say about...
through the whole story of Frozen, too.
Yeah.
They don't miss anything.
Yeah, it's a very Cliff Note version of it, but they don't... Yeah, they basically hit all the key facts. Mm-hmm. The only thing I noticed is, the little rock trolls. There wasn't any of that in there.
Oh, you're right.
So, that whole little sequence with the song with the rock troll, nothing, that wasn't there. But they did hit the whole story, though. I don't think the rock...
the concept... Yeah, I don't think the trolls really affect the story.
No, they were just an add-on.
I mean, I just love them.
Kind of like Topsy from the new Mary Poppins. Just a complete wasted character.
You don't have to say wasted.
Sorry.
I mean...
But anyways, the Frozen show is amazing. And then at the end they do their Disney... soap snow magic.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Anyways, go see the show. It's so cute.
I actually can I say though is when we went to watch that show, I spent most of the time staring at you because you looked like and we mentioned this before is that Casey was a theater major. Yeah. And so she loves stage shows. She loves theater. And I was looking over at her, and I know for a fact she was crying, but she looked like a little kid for the first time. What the?
You might as well have taken me to Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique before we went because I was just a little princess.
Oh, seriously?
No, I have admiration
but it's a cool
for the
show.
Actors, so that's why I always cry because I know how much work and effort is put into the show.
Well, then so
that's why I always cry.
And then it's not new, but a new for us. A new show that we finally saw when we went back this last time was Little Mermaid.
Yeah, the Voyage of the...
Which I thought was amazing because I
just forgot the name.
The Voyage of the Little Mermaid, I think, is the ride at Magic Kingdom.
Oh.
I don't know what the stage show is called.
I'm gonna look it up.
Anyways,
it's gonna drive me nuts. Everybody thinks I'm an idiot at this point.
It's
So I have to look it up. Just to clarify.
Anyways, the Little Mermaid stage show, I never really paid attention to it. I didn't know it was a stage show. So we never really did it. And then when we went there, it was a really short line. I think it was like less than 10 minutes till the show started. We were like, yeah, let's go do this. And so we went in, and I'll tell you, it was actually really amazing, except Casey hated.
Oh, don't say that.
What? It's not like she listens to this show.
Oh, I know.
Ariel's not listening to this show. She hated the voice of Ariel.
Real quick, it's just called Voyage of Little Mermaid. So I was correct.
Okay, you were
correct.
correct.
The word Voyage is in there. I just didn't love the Ariel that we had that day.
I didn't mind her, but I wasn't a theater major, so I don't have like these little, I don't pick up on these little nuances.
Yeah. No,
Casey does.
Didn't love her. But the show in itself, I mean, she was cute. She totally looked like she should be a parade Ariel. She looks the part. She did a great job. The show itself is really cool. Like all of the lighting and everything. I mean, they cast a net above you. It looks like you're underwater, and there's glow in the dark fish, and it's so cool. So go see that one too.
It was fun. I liked it a lot, and it was a really good show.
There's lots more live shows.
Yeah.
There's the Jedi training at Star Wars.
The Jedi training is really cool, and I'm actually excited when Galaxy Edge opens. I'm excited to see like if they grow that into like a bigger like stage show, which I think they could.
And that one is great for kids because they get your kids involved too.
Oh yeah,
it's like a whole thing.
And they get to be on stage with like actual characters. And actually, speaking of Star Wars characters, I showed Casey a video the other day. It was the cutest thing in the world. It was a little kid at Hollywood Studios, and he was dressed like a stormtrooper, helmet, everything. Yeah. And the mother was trying to get the attention of the stormtroopers that were marching, and the one stormtrooper at the very end pointed at him and like waved him on to come on, and actually pulled him up in line with them and let him march down the street.
Cute. It was like they were doing the parade. It wasn't even part of the show.
Well, every day they do. I don't know if it was a parade. Every day they do this thing where stormtrooper, like they have this thing that goes down Hollywood Studios. Yeah, like the Imperial March and all that stuff. Right. They have that, and it was just really cool because this little kid just dressed up like a stormtrooper just to do it.
It was so cute, and
he actually got to go in line with the real stormtroopers and march with them, which I think was awesome. And he was so
serious about it. He was stomping like. Yeah. He was so serious about it.
It was really, really cool. Let's shoot over to Toy Story Land real quick.
Yes. Yeah,
because we never really we jumped in there before, but we never really talked too much about Toy Story Land.
Well, it's still so new.
Yeah. And we didn't get a chance to really do much there because the only ride we really could ride was Toy Story Midway Mania.
Yeah.
We couldn't do the saucer. Well, we won't do the saucers.
We can't. We're getting so old.
We are getting to a point where we get sick really, really quickly. So bad. We couldn't do the saucers, which is a shame.
I was also 6 months pregnant, so we weren't able to do.
And then Slinky Dog we couldn't do either. So we have to go back and make those trips and get a chance to do it. Which is awesome.
Which I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews, but people have been saying, like, you have to get a fast pass if you're going to do Slinky Dog, yada, yada, yada. But then other people that are like, no, I got there first thing in the morning and was able to get right on. Like, had we been able to ride, we didn't run. We walked back there, and I think it was a 25-minute wait.
Yeah.
Because, the line was out of the queue, but it was like 25 minutes from this point or whatever.
Yeah.
So we would have had no problem getting on. I wouldn't have wasted a fast pass on it.
No, and then
some people are treating this like it's the new Avatar, like Flight of Passage. Like you're going to wait for 8 hours for this? No.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, the line Flight of Passage is still ridiculous.
Oh, it's crazy.
The other day it was 390 minutes or something. It was just insane.
But people were treating Slinky Dog like this is the same thing. I'm like, no, I don't think. I mean, if you want to use your fast pass on it, that's fine. But I have friends that were just there this past weekend that walked straight onto it.
And I think later
by walk straight onto it, I mean like less than a 30-minute wait.
Yeah, and I think later this year when Galaxy Edge opens, I think that line will definitely shrink down a ton. So I think Slinky Dog will be a lot easier and faster to ride, anyways. But so we've talked about some of the food options, and we never really went in depth and talked about what you can find in Toy Story Land. And they have a place called Woody's Lunchbox. and they have basically like their own version of Pop-Tarts. And these are kind of like the big things.
Yes.
They're called lunchbox tarts.
A lot of tongue twisters.
There is. They have ones like chocolate hazelnut and raspberry. And they look good, and they look just like a homemade Pop-Tart. It's really, really cool. The only thing I don't see on their menu though is I don't really see any relation to Toy Story on a lot of their stuff. Other
than the fact that it's just called Woody's Lunchbox?
Yeah, because, I mean, you can find things like a barbecue brisket melt, smoked turkey sandwich, and like 3 cheese grilled cheese. You know? Besides the grilled cheese, maybe that's a kid thing, but I don't really see anything that's themed, which kind of makes me bump.
It's not like Buzz's brisket melt.
I'm not even talking about names. I'm talking about like... It would have been cool, like, if they did, like, a really updated version of, like, PB&J, you know? Like, what if they did, like, a really cool PB&J with fluff or, you know? I'm just saying, like, there's so many cool things when you think of Toy Story that you can do. Like, there's not even a pizza on the menu.
You're just, like, really heated up about...
Well...
No, I see what you're saying. I agree. Usually they take everything to the nth degree, and why does this feel like it's fallen short? I don't know.
And that's kind of my thing, is that if you're going to go do something like this, why not plan the menu around what you're doing? Like, if I go in, like, Star Wars Galaxy Edge, you know, and I know they have to have burgers and stuff like that, but, you know, you can't have, like, some weird...
Yeah, but it's going to be some kind of a cool galactic...
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Black
theme
Bun
it. Like, theme it something.
Burger.
Yeah. Like, why not theme it the right way?
Yeah.
And I feel that they missed the mark on Toy Story Land a little bit on this, is that they could have done some really cool, like...
Give it time. Maybe they'll change the menu.
Maybe. But that PB&J with fluff, potato chips on it, get on that.
Okay, grown-up PB&J.
Grown-up PB&J, get on it, please. That would be awesome.
Invite us when you unveil the new menu, please.
But I feel like where they really get inventive is their drinks. Their drinks are really the only thing they really start theming. They have like Mystic Mortal Punch, and they have it like in a souvenir alien sipper. You know, and then this is an ice cream float with root beer.
Okay.
So that's really not too crazy. But hey, adults, they have grown up drinks. So yeah, so you can go there and get Grown Ups lemonade, and you can get a bunch of different beers. So there's a bonus. You get the drink. Yeah. Why not? All right, let's close this out with Galaxy's Edge, because
this is all you, because
you know me.
Know nothing about
I am a huge Star Wars fan.
Nerd.
Shut up. And Casey's, I think she's getting there. She's starting to understand.
Oh, no. I mean, I fully appreciate it. I remember watching them as a kid. Like, I fully appreciate it. And all of the new movies, I think, have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm just, like, I don't feel as heated up about it as you do.
Well, I do, because I love it. It's coming...
And so many people do. So many people are so excited. I think this is so awesome on both sides of the country. I think this is really great. And
in case it means both sides of the country, is that Galaxy Edge is opening at Disney World well before Disneyland. It's opened up at Disneyland well before Disney World. It's slated around June at Disneyland, and it's slated for late 2019, maybe like October, November, maybe.
Yeah.
Over at Disney World, and the updated photos, I think they're right on target. I think they're on target probably for that October, November date. I mean, Galaxy Edge is looking amazing. And nowadays with the technology of drones and all this other stuff, people are getting aerial views of, you know, Galaxy Edge during the process, and it just looks awesome. Every little thing about that looks cool. And I remember I geeked out when we went to Hollywood Studios recently, and I was in Toy Story Land, and I was like, oh my God, I can see Galaxy Edge. I can see it. And Casey was like, I got to use the restroom. I was like, I'm going to go stare at Galaxy Edge.
He did. Actually, we were right by Woody's Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Right outside of Joffrey's street cart
and
Woody's Lunchbox. There's a little spot you can go peek.
Yeah. And so there's going to be a little entrance that you can get into Galaxy Edge from Toy Story Land. And it just looks amazing, according to the actual movie. I mean, the concept art when I saw it, I was like, man, if they make it look like this, that's awesome. And you know what they did?
It looks really cool.
Yeah, it fits the concept art perfectly. But anyways, there has been some new rides that they have already mentioned, and I think the rides look really, really cool. Mm-hmm. The first ride is the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and from what I can see from concept art and everything, it kind of looks similar along the lines of Mission to Mars. Okay. All right, where it's you and a team that is inside the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. Because of the concept art, it actually shows basically several, like it shows a couple seats, I think 4 to be exact. And then you have like your different controls. So I think it's going to be kind of like that similar concept, is that you're, kind of moving through space, and each person has their own job of pressing that button. And, you got to put us in light speed.
Yeah, you take on one of 3 flight crew roles.
Okay, so it is 3? Mm-hmm. Okay. It was hard to tell from the concept art.
Millennium Falcon and one of the 3 flight crew roles.
Well, I think it's going to be a really cool concept, and I'm not a Mission to Mars person. I get sick every time. I think it's also because every time I go, I get in the wrong line, and I get in the most hardcore, which I think is like orange color or something. Oh, man. But I'm really looking forward to seeing this one, and I'm especially excited about this summer to see Disneyland stuff. Yes. Because I really want to see what everything looks like at Disneyland, so I could even get more excited about Disney World. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be awesome. And the other ride that they kind of mentioned was Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. It's a whole immersive ride, and you're right in the middle of the battle of the First Order and the Resistance.
I'm really excited.
And they actually just released some photos, backstage or whatever photos, mm-hmm. of the actual like car that you ride in, and it looks really cool. And it, it's like a futuristic black looking car. It has a little droid on the front of it, and then I believe it had like 3 rows, maybe 4 rows. And it just looks really cool, and I'm excited to see what the actual ride is going to be like. Because I remember I said I wish it kind of looks like the Harry Potter ride. You didn't get the chance to go on it, but where the Harry Potter ride had it was like a 4D experience. Like when the dragon, breathed fire, you mm-hmm. felt fire. It was just really cool, and I kind of hope
Escape from Gringotts.
Yes, Escape from Gringotts.
If anybody's curious.
But I kind of hope it's like that. I hope there's like lasers that are shooting across, and you're just like really in the middle of it. And with the technology that we have nowadays with rides, mm-hmm. I don't think that's far off.
If you're gonna do it, this would be the place to put all your future technology.
Yeah. And then a couple of the other things. By the way, the Galaxy Edge you're going to, it actually does have a name. It's Planet Batu. Okay. Batuu. That is the actual planet name. And it's just really cool. They have like different outposts. They're gonna have their shopping stuff. Plus, they're also gonna have the cantina. Which I'm really hoping that the Cantina band is there and animatronics playing that classic Cantina music. I'll be honest, when we do go, I'm probably going to spend a lot of time in there just looking around, because I think
you'd have to.
I have a feeling the detail the detail of Galaxy Edge is just going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think you'd have to.
So I'm really excited about that. The last thing that I'll talk about is the projected hotel. Yes. I think the projected hotel that they're talking about is going to be really cool, because now, again, a lot of this is concept. A lot of this is rumored. But the hotel is not rumored. That's actually happening. And the concept is the hotel rooms are going to be futuristic looking rooms, like you're actually in a space station. Everything from the entrance to kind of how you get in. It's like you're basically going from Earth and being transported to the space station lobby. Mm-hmm. And then the rumored part of it is that they're supposed to be doing some sort of transportation system similar to Hogwarts Express. Okay. Where it goes between the 2 parks. Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to be doing some sort of rumored transportation system that goes from the hotel to the back of Galaxy Edge.
Okay.
So it makes you feel. Yep. So it makes you feel like you're going from a space station to a planet.
That would be very neat.
Now that's rumored. They haven't confirmed that, but I have read several different articles rumoring this type of stuff, and they have the space to do it. That's the thing. So I think they can possibly make that happen. Because if you look at where the plans for the hotel is to where Galaxy Edge is, all there is a big open field in between the two. So they can make that happen if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool to see that. Final note. What is like your couple favorite things that, or even tips and tricks that you would give somebody for Hollywood Studios? I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, all these new things are very, very exciting and very cool, but I don't think you should miss out on Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster. I think, honestly, for me, I still would shoot straight off over there first, get these done, and then spend time in the new things. Because everybody always runs straight to the new stuff. You're going to wait regardless. So,
yeah,
I'd like to walk on a Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster and get those done, because they're fairly close to each other, and then go somewhere else.
Wait till Galaxy Edge opens, because I guarantee those lines are going to go down. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because, well, we'll talk about that in the next episode of, Animal Kingdom. So we'll talk about.
I was like,
I'll save my comment I was about to say for Animal Kingdom, but.
Yeah. And take advantage of the shows, because truly I just kept saying, it's a show park. It's a show park. The shows are actually really fun. They're entertaining. It's a great way to get out of the heat, and people bust their butts to put them on for you. So they're very entertaining.
They're
very
like entertaining,
fully immersive. I mean, the Little Mermaid one, you're like underwater. It was so cool. I just wish Ariel was a little bit better.
I think Ariel was fine.
No, she was great. The 4-year-olds loved her, but she was good.
If I can give any tips or whatever tricks, is just take it all in. Because the one cool thing about Hollywood Studios that I think is very underrated is just everything like architecture, the way it's built.
For sure.
There's so many cool like features of Hollywood Studios, and they spend a lot of money and a lot of time and effort to build just a really cool replica of these, classic Hollywood streets. And
you totally do get that feeling when you're there.
Oh, you do.
That
and
energy is so there.
The music that they're playing just makes you feel like you're, in the 50s in Hollywood. It's just really cool. And, my biggest thing is don't rush through it. Take your time, enjoy it, because there is so many cool things there. You got the 1950s diner that has amazing like food. It's and you have that really awesome classic 50s feel. Yeah. All the way to the drive-in. They have a restaurant there that's a drive-in where you sit in like these cars, and there's a movie that plays.
Memories as a kid.
Yeah,
it's no longer movies now. I'm pretty sure it's old cartoon or old commercials.
Oh, is it old? That'll be fine.
Yeah,
I watch old commercials on YouTube all the time. I had a friend
that just went and she said it's not a movie now. It's like old commercials.
That's still cool though, because it's just still a cool experience. So my whole thing is just take it in, don't rush through it. If you have the time, make a full day out of Hollywood Studios and just enjoy every moment of it. Yeah. Because it is really cool. And last thing I'll finish on is that you really can't see it anymore from space, but Hollywood Studios is actually home to the largest hidden Mickey. Or one of the largest hidden Mickeys. Yeah. So in the center area, right before you get to Mann's Chinese Theater, there's several different areas that were built with the lake with the dinosaur in it to the top of Brown Derby restaurant and all that. And it actually used to be a hidden Mickey. It's no longer like that because they just did so much construction. It's no longer hidden Mickey, but that's one of my favorite features about it, and not many people know about it.
He says it every time we're standing.
You can still see it from Google Earth. If you go, you can still see kind of the outline of where it should be. So those are my tips and tricks. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Cool. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us, and check us out on all of our social media, our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Check us out at explorethemouse.com, where you can get all of our show updates, and you could also look at and read all of our blogs. Yeah. And that's about it.
That once we have a kid.
Absolutely. The blogs have taken a little bit of
once I get this brain sucker out of me, I'll be back to the blog.
Correct. But we'll get on the blogs and we'll get them updated and we'll get on top of that a little bit more. But go check out explorethemouse.com. And we just want to thank you for listening. And we will see you guys next time.
Sounds good. See you next week, guys.
Bye-bye.